what do you think has been the biggest challenge that you have faced, either mechanical or non-mechanical? So it could be like technical or mindset wise. What's been the biggest challenge you've had to overcome to do that? Because I got to say, most people never, 94% of property investors never get past 2 properties. 73% never even get past 1. You've gotten up to 5 properties and you've done it in 5 years and you've done it before you're 30. What makes you different? Why have you been able to do this? And what's the biggest challenge you've had to overcome to make it work?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think it comes down to your why, to be honest with you. A lot of people talk about this, but it's just, and I think we talk about it because it is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And my why for me, I had to really delve deep, because a lot of people are like, well, because I want cash flow. Well, but what? What are you going to do with that cash flow? Let's get detailed. And my why was, well, I wanted that time. And I think that time is the ultimate wealth for me. And I wanted that time specifically. Now, let's get nitty gritty. What are you going to do with that time, Olivia? And I found that my passion is that I would love to one day be able to travel around Australia to teach young people the importance of getting financial education. Not teach what it is exactly. I'm never going to know everything, right? But at least the importance of going to get that financial education, and starting with kids as well, because kids are my passion. And I think if you can start earlier on, you can really hit compounding on the head. And then there's a lot of kids out there that want to know this sort of stuff. I've got a lot of friends whose kids are like, at high school sort of age, and they're passionate about it. That's where my passion was. And I think that's where my why came down to: what do I want to do with my time? And what do I not want to end up doing with my time, which is working and slaving away until I'm 60 or 70 years of age.
Why is it important to you to educate other kids about financial education? Why is that the thing? Because it could be anything, right? So why that? Like, why is that the thing that drives you?
I think maybe it was because that was something I was looking for when I was younger. I didn't learn those sort of things at school. I was told to go to school, learn these books and do these exams and pass these exams based on your memory. And I was like, that's not something that had sort of interested me. And I struggled through school. I was actually a year 10 high school dropout. So I didn't make it past year 10. And people had told me, maybe you could go be a nurse. And I dabbled into that, or go do some sort of trade. And I was like, it's not necessarily, but if I do that, I have to do that for 60 years. And I don't necessarily want to do that. So I think the fact that I was told that, sort of like I had learning difficulties in school. And I realized I don't think it was that I had learning difficulties. It was just that I didn't get to learn about the things that I wanted to learn about, nor was it in the ways that I wanted to learn, which was real experience, just going out there, doing things, failing from some of those things, but celebrating those failures as well, because they're lessons that we learn. In school, you get taught, do the exam, pass the exam. If you pass the exam, or no, you fail. That's bad. In the real world, it's the opposite.
But where did you learn that? Because I agree with that wholeheartedly. That's how I've lived my life too. But most people don't think like that. There's a reason that most people don't achieve what you've achieved already, and it's because they don't think about failures are successes and all of that kind of stuff. So where did that kind of mindset come from? Because that must have started before you even started your property journey. So is that something you got from your parents, or?
I think the biggest start, no, not from my parents. It was all the books that I read. It was all the YouTube videos that I'd watched of people. I'd learned from. I read like a lot of personal development books, like yourself. Probably not at your level, but it was something that I delved into early on, and it was just something that I knew that was for me. That was like that kind of sits well with me.